My name is Michael Berman, and I am the principal designer for Michael Berman Limited, which is an interior design and product design studio in Los Angeles. And we've been doing interiors and products, mainly residential, a little bit of hospitality as well, for about 20 years or more. And our focus is really on contemporary, simple interior design. People would say that my look is very modern, but we're inspired by a lot of different eras. And we have a staff of people here in Los Angeles and work all over the country, and designing product is really my passion. So the future of LA design is a continual evolution. Just like everything, design world is very cyclical, but one thing that makes Los Angeles very unique is the fact that we're really a melting pot of different cultures, different styles. And for years, I've been working in Los Angeles, and what I've seen sort of evolve would be our own California lifestyle. It's sort of indicative of the way we live, indoor and outdoor. We have a really beautiful source of sunshine in LA, and consequently, I think our lifestyle is very casual. So for me, I think the future of LA design is going to continue to focus on casual living, comfort. There's a beautiful scale to a lot of the products that we have in LA. And actually, Los Angeles has always been kind of a mecca for emerging artists, designers, fashion people, chefs. And I think it just continues to be that way. Young designers are inspired by the past Los Angeles design. And I think the future of LA design is going to focus on comfort, quality, and longevity, I think. I love Los Angeles. I love Southern California. I also love the desert, but I've had a house in Hollywood, essentially, for many years, and I love Hollywood. What I love about Hollywood is, of course, the nostalgic influence of it. There's a feeling of history. I love the glamour and the memory of a lot of the golden era of the Hollywood screen style. And coming from the Midwest, moving to California, it's kind of really cool to be living in a city that emerged as, like living legends right in front of you. And so it's not unusual to have a movie star living right next door to you, or to go to the grocery store and see a celebrity. And those are kind of parts of the really cool aspect about living in LA. I love Hollywood because of the architecture and the history, and I love the hiking trails in Griffith Park. So Hollywood would have to be my favorite place. So the relationship working with Mehraban began a little while back, where I was introduced to the company by a public relations wizard in Los Angeles named Christine Anderson. She introduced me to the company that creates amazing area carpets. And she said to me, "You're going to be blown away by the quality and the unexpected, the integrity, and really amazing products that Mehraban offers." So I walked into the showroom, and she was completely right. I love what Mehraban stands for. There's a restraint and refinement to a lot of the rugs that they sell. And in Los Angeles, where there are a lot of rugs available, there was something that just stood out with the Mehraban product. Also, the Mehraban showroom, the people involved, the ownership, there was an integrity there that really aligned with what I feel in terms of my own business. And so I think I approached them to say, "Can I design a collection of area carpets for you? I've got an idea, I've got a vision, I've got some ideas that I think would translate really beautifully into some carpets for other interior designers and architects to specify." And they were very open to my sketches, my ideas, and we went from there, and I'm really, really pleased with what we've come out with. So I'm inspired by a lot of different genres, and what I thought I would do for the collection that we put together for Mehraban was to take influence and inspiration from pop art, contemporary art, the LA art scene, also just in terms of mid-century and 20th century pop art. I love graphic design. I love a lot of geometric forms. So the rugs that we created are like contemporary art for the floor. And one of the things that really inspired me was, even though it's the country really, I do a lot of traveling, so I'm inspired by all kinds of cultures and things. And I was in the Czech Republic and saw some really amazing Cubist art. And I thought, this could really translate beautifully into area rugs because they're concentric circles, repetitive rectangles, and I just love the idea of a gradation of color. And I was in Mehraban and they showed me this quality of carpet that they were doing for someone else, and it was a beautiful flat weave done in wool, and I thought that would be a great launching quality for some of the rugs that we designed. And then that translated into some other really fabulous graphic shapes. So we've got a concentric circle called Luna, which is really beautiful, and it's gradated color and it works gorgeous as a circular rug in a curvilinear type of furniture setting. We have another carpet called Plaza, which is the backdrop, and that was kind of influenced by a few different things, but I just love the repetition of rectangles and the gradation of color. And when you see this beautiful flat weave on the floor, it just becomes, it's architectural, it's art, and it's a great backdrop for so many different styles of interior design. Well, one of the most important things I'd have to say that I learned about my business would be, again, the strength and focus of having a design sense that is your principle and not giving in to that. Over the years, I've been asked to do different types of projects, and I think saying no has a lot of strength. Realizing that you're not the perfect fit for every project has a lot of strength. But the most important thing I've learned throughout my career as a designer would be trusting my instincts, trusting my own judgment, and realizing that I have an intuition, going with my gut. And those all seem like cliches, but they're really important. And if I was telling somebody how to start their own business and what to do, I would say the same thing, which is have integrity, go with your gut, and realize that saying no is a very important and strong part of doing business. So over the years, I've been really fortunate because my furniture designs and my products have been placed in a lot of hospitality and hotels, restaurants, boutique hotels. And I've done restaurants in LA. I've been very fortunate to do some iconic residential projects. But my dream project, I think, would be, first of all, I'd love to collaborate with an automotive company on a car. Because coming from Detroit, cars are my passion. Automotive design is something that's very inspiring to me. And so that would be one dream job. Let me design the interior coachwork for a new Lincoln would be that would be an amazing dream for me. But in addition to that, I'd love to be able to execute a complete hotel project, from everything from the flooring to the hardware to the lighting to the wall covering to the furniture. I think if I was to critique my career and figure out what exactly I could have done differently, or what kind of advice I would have given myself as a younger designer, I think one of the things is that I tried to do too much in a very short period of time. So I would have told myself, and I would tell myself, I could go back in time, that I should have slowed down a little bit and not try to spread myself out so thin, and be a little bit more focused. But when you're young and energetic and have a lot of ideas and can't sleep at night, you really have to do a lot of things. But I guess I'd probably say, slow down, enjoy what you're doing a little bit more, and not try and do too much. It's like take time and smell the roses kind of feeling, because those are like the golden years. You're really like, you're budding and you're blooming. And so to be able to stop and really appreciate what you've got and focus on that work and maybe not spread out to do everything would be a good advice to give myself as a younger person. So I think the future is going to be very interesting because our industry is kind of changing a bit, and it's a good thing. I mean, we're learning how to work smaller, work tighter, and our clients are changing as well. Their needs are changing. So I think the future for my own company is going to focus a lot more on function, the function of my clients and their particular needs in their homes. A lot of them are going to be working from home, at least for the foreseeable future. And they're focusing on comfort, they're focusing on function, and they are focusing really on quality. They're really insisting on a level of product that they can count on, that has longevity, a long shelf life. And I hate to use the word classic or timeless, but I think my clients in particular are looking for products that have staying power. And so for me, my company, my future is going to be focusing a lot more on homes that function. They have to be aesthetically gorgeous, that's for sure, but they have to really function well for an entire family. And so that means maybe redesigning spaces that have more intimacy within the home. For so long, a lot of the design was like open plans and communal living, and I think maybe we might start going back to more individual spaces, private spaces, quiet spaces, and so I think that's what I'm going to focus on for a lot of my future projects.